All right, well, good to see you guys all again here this morning. Getting ready, ramped up for this LSU game. Opportunity to play a great football team, one of the best in the country, and maybe the best running back in the country. So what a great challenge for our coaches and kids as we head into this big matchup here Saturday. So with that, any questions? Excuse me.
Scott, I was just kind of wondering what you've, a fellow Ohio coach in Les Miles,
Yeah.
what you've taken away from him over the years. And
Sure. Yeah. Well, for me, yeah, great question. You know, question asking about Les Miles and the Ohio connection. You know, we coaches from Ohio are very proud of, you know, our football back in Ohio, and also very proud of the coaches that come from where we're, you know, where we came from. And it actually goes back further than Coach Miles when I look at LSU, because Paul Dietzel, many, many years ago, was a great coach. I think he's from Mansfield, Ohio. And then he went to Duke and then had to leave Duke because he signed up for the World War. Went out there and just like Coach Schwartzwalder here, he went out there and did what was right, fought the good fight for our country during the time that we needed a lot of people to do so. Came back, went to Miami of Ohio, was influenced at Miami of Ohio, and had a chance to go on and coach football, and won a national title at LSU. And now you got Les Miles there. And I remember my dad talking about Dietzel and really the tree of Paul Dietzel coaches in Ohio that were out coaching, you know, whether they were high school coaches or smaller college coaches. So for me, you know, selfishly looking at the game, it's pretty cool to be a part of this with people that, you know, I've watched their careers. Coach Miles has done a great job. Obviously played for Bo at Michigan, and you know, I got a lot of respect for him. He's from Elyria, Ohio, and you know, you're always rooting for the guys from where you came from, and so it's been neat to see, you know, Coach do a good job, and it's exciting to go up against him, you know. So excited for the opportunity, but you know, taking a second to reflect on those things, Axe, is pretty cool for me.
Stephen and then Mark. You mentioned Eric is kind of doubtful the last couple days.
Yeah.
Has he been cleared to practice or do anything at all yet?
Yeah, he's not. He's going to be out for the game. He's not going to play. I had breakfast with him this morning. He's doing well, feeling a lot better, but he won't play this week. So.
Mark?
Coach, just wondering if you have any past experience against an SEC team and kind of what it's like to prepare for a team from that conference.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we played Vanderbilt many years ago. We played Auburn when I was at NIU. We played Alabama when I was at NIU as well. When we played Auburn, I think it was Rudy Johnson was the running back, very good player. We got it to the fourth quarter but lost. Had a nice victory over Alabama in Tuscaloosa back in '03. Big, strong, physical. You know, playing at their venues a little bit different. You know, the massiveness of the tailgating, someone's got a, do you want to tell them? Somebody's out there sweeping the carpet or something. Sorry, you guys. So playing against SEC schools, one thing you know is you're going to play probably the best talent in the country, and that's what this LSU team is. And you have a lot of fans all over, you know, and you know, you'll see that purple everywhere. You know, when I walked in and saw you guys, the first thing that jumped out at me was the cameraman right here in purple, and I wondered if he was up from Louisiana. So.
Just with the revolving door of quarterbacks you guys have had.
Yeah.
what does it mean to have Tim also be a former quarterback and offensive coordinator and the quarterback's coach? Just, I guess, has that been especially important now?
Yeah, you know, Coach Lester does a great job. He's played it. He's been a guy that went through a knee injury in high school. He was getting recruited by a lot of people, and then he had a knee injury, and then ended up going to Western Michigan. And you know, when Coach Lester was done playing, he was number 4 in NCAA history in passing yardage, and he battled through injuries and playing hurt and all those things. So yes, there's no doubt having his experience has been comforting, you know, for me as the head coach. Nico.
You know, getting out as a senior, just not talk about from the standpoint of what kind of opportunity you have, you know, a chance to, on the national stage, national TV, beat a team that, you know, a lot of people
Sure.
What's the opportunity in front of you guys?
Well, it's the opportunity that you look forward to as a player and a coach to go out there and you know, we've all done it in this room, I'm sure. You know, I'm sure you guys have been in that mindset as kids playing, you know, shooting hoops or something, or playing in the backyard and pretended you're playing for the, you know, the national title, or you're visualizing, you know, making the big play in a big game at your home facility. So all those things, you know, it's what it's all about. For me, as I get a little bit older, I look into these kids' eyes and it's like, you know, I tell them, you're living the dream. Don't forget that. You know, it's a grind. It's a daily grind. But this is exactly what you signed up for, and here's your opportunity to go let it go. The biggest thing is I tell them they need to trust their training and understand that, you know, it's all about A, B, and C, you know, and not trying to do something that's outside of what we've prepared for. You know, the thing that'll be outside of what we prepared for we'll be playing, you know, competition that's at the highest level. So to fight and try to win a 6-inch war up front on both sides of the ball is truly going to be the biggest challenge we have. But really just living the dream, and let's go give it all we have, and let's have no worries when we go into it and no regrets when we walk off that field. And the biggest thing is controlling our mindset and our attitude and going out there and leaving every ounce of effort that we have on the football field, and then feeling good about it when you walk off that football field. And when you feel best about your performance, win, lose, or draw, is when you walk off the field and you say, I left everything I had on that football field. And that's the goal as we go into this LSU game.
Mark and then Tad. Coach, up here again, your rush defense has been so good. And now, like you said, you're going against maybe the best running back in the country. How is it different this week?
It's really not. You know, you put the game plan together and you try to find a way to, you know, attack what they do, no differently than we have for years. You know, and I think the biggest thing is we have to do a great job gang tackling. I mean, it's the same. The difference will be the guy we're trying to bring down is probably bigger, stronger, faster than anybody we've tackled in a long time. And so what do you say? If they have a bigger, stronger, faster guy, you don't want to create a lot of one-on-one tackles, and you need to get a lot of folks to the party. And we got to have great camera club on Saturday, and play our style of defense, and you know, have fun trying to do the best job we can to get them in the grass. It'll be a great challenge for our kids. I look forward to the kids running around trying to get them, and it'll be a great challenge. You know, it's just play the same type of football that we've been promoting from day one here, and that's physical football, getting to the football on that side of the ball. Hey, Tad.
Morning to you. What is it about the qualities of this team that you've seen in the past 3 games that say to you, yeah, we can win this?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, you can win any game on any day, you know, and that's been proven, and I've been a part of that. And you can lose any game on any day too. So, you know, it's the same thing. You know, even the questions that I get from you guys, you know, which are anticipated are, hey, this is something special. It is something special. We got a great football team coming to town. Those qualities that say you can win the game are, we're men, they're men. We're all trying to do the same thing, win a football game. And we've seen it happen over the years. That's why people go to these games. That's why people love to root for underdogs, even though they carry the overdogs, you know, week to week when they make their predictions or whatever. So, you know, it's just because we're young men that love the game as much as they do, and we have a chance to play them for 60 minutes. So let's go. Let's go to war. Let's go out there and have a blast playing the greatest game ever invented. That's what I say to the kids almost every day. And let's not forget that we're living the dream. It's as simple as that, you know. And in these types of games, you know, you need to create things, and you need things to go your way in certain instances. You know, when they pull that down marker on 4th down, is it going to be an inch beyond or an inch short? I mean, those are the differences in trying to hang into a game like this and make it a 4th quarter battle, which is our goal. And then you just you go have fun and play, you know, play the game you love so much. Simple as that, Tad.
You and Tim have both said Zach is looking like the guy as Tuesday and then yesterday morning. How did practice go yesterday with the quarterbacks, and is that still looking like the plan?
Yeah, well, really, Stephen, all 3 of them have been getting reps. You know, like you mentioned, Zach's the guy that will probably start the football game for us, but I mean, all three of them have done a good job working, competing, and they're all ready to play. And you know, it'll just be one of those situations where we're saying what gives us the best opportunity to win right now. You know, first quarter, second quarter, third, throughout the course of the game. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. You know, I feel terrible. I know this is tough on Terrell. He was really looking forward to playing in this game. And I know it's really tough on, you know, Eric, because he was looking forward to playing in this game. But here you have an opportunity. Very unfortunate for the ones that have fallen in front of, you know, Zach and AJ and Austin. But great opportunity for them to have their chance. And, you know, it's what football's all about, you know. And I'm excited to see those kids go out there and get after it a little bit.
Time for 2 more questions. Mark?
Coach, I know all the games count the same, but what does this game mean in the big picture for this program?
They all count the same. I mean, you know, the obvious, I would say, you know, if you upset a team that's top 10 in the country with a bunch of young guys and a quarterback you didn't think was going to be playing much more than scout team, then that'd be one hell of a deal, you know, and people get real excited about what's going on. But, you know, just taking it one practice, one day at a time, and all the coach talk that I know you guys hate because it's boring, but it's the truth. It's the God's honest truth, and there's a reason the formula's worked for so many guys, and they go to that. I can think back to when I was playing, Coach Packard at Baldwin Wallace College, and he used to say, once we get out of our element and start thinking about outside noise, we're going to be in big trouble. So you just make the next pass, the next play, the next handoff, and he used to keep it so damn simple, and he learned that from Lee Trussell, you know, Coach Jim Trussel's dad. And anytime I get off of that, you know, and get out of that lane, I try to kick myself in the tail and jump back into it, you know, and practice what we preach. That's what we preach every day. You know, did you do a good job? You know, we go to the hotel every Friday night. Our kids go through it and they inspect the locker room to see if it's in great condition. And if it's not, they clean it up. They get off the bus, they clean it up. Because it's the message saying, let's take care of what we can control now. And when you do that, your preparation has less stress to it. Because you say, I turned over every rock, and I prepared the way I was supposed to, and then you know, there's no worries when you go to battle. You know, there's no worries. So we take that approach, and it can seem a little boring. There's not a lot of stories written about taking that approach, but it works.
Any other questions for Coach?
Anybody?
Coach,
Tad.
Zach Mahoney. What'd you see him that you said, we're going to have this kid start? And he's pretty limited in experience, but
Yeah.
there must have been something that you said, I like this kid.
Yeah. Well, ever since he's been here, he came in the mid-year. He's most of you guys, if you haven't met him yet, he's just got himself together. He's a well-balanced young man. He's a very good student. He's very self-assured, if you will. He's modest. He's happy-go-lucky. And the thing that impressed me most before I ever saw him throw a pass was, you know, I kind of bounce around in the meetings. And I like to go in the quarterback meetings and just kind of sit in the back and listen and look and see. He takes diligent notes. He asks the best questions. He politely corrects Coach Lester if a script is wrong on the wrong hash, or if the formation should have been flipped. You know, and I was just very impressed with the fact that he was so intuitive with everything that was going on in the room, and then you saw the same things when he went out to the field. And there's comfort in knowing that guy is very aware of everything going on. So he's smart. To put it short, he's a very smart young man and aware of all the things he should be. And you say, well, isn't that what every kid does? No, it's just like the classroom. You know, you get some guys that their focus isn't as good. They take notes at the first 10 minutes of the meeting extremely well, and the last 10 minutes of the meeting, they're shutting their book. And so it's just the complete package of, you know, a young man that works at it the way you wished everybody did. So, and then he went out on the field and did the same thing. You know, it wasn't like, hey, there's an extraordinary play, he just jumped over somebody. He's not going to jump over anybody. You know, Dungy will jump over somebody, you know. Zach's not going to do that, but he's going to make the right read. And if he makes the wrong read, he'll own it and come back and usually know the mistake he made before we tell him. So that's pretty much, you know, put it in a nutshell. Just a well-contained young man that's extremely bright. All set? Thanks.